We're here at Marketecture Live. Thank you to Tatari for sponsoring this, and thank you for my wonderful guests. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yes, Amanda DeVito. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Butler Till. We are a performance media shop that does, I think, everything a little bit different, a little bit more disruptive. We're independent, employee-owned, women-owned, and a B
Amazing.
Corp. So a very fascinating business model. It's pretty cool.
It's incredible because I've heard so much about the company over the years. You obviously have some amazing people that I speak to on a regular basis. I'd love to hear from you. Like, when did people start finding out your secret strategy and how you're working with clients in the market? Because it seems to me that you were the leaders in that space, and people are starting to figure it out, and they're starting to kind of watch you and watch what you're doing in market.
You know, first of all, it's a great question. I think, and thank you, because I love being watched in that way, because until the robots take over, the humans are still running the show, and we have incredible talent and incredible humans, which is game changer. So I think the industry, whether it's our independence and independence feeling like we're a little bit more free to do things differently. We were talking about transparency way before I felt like the industry was. We were talking about video strategy as a holistic approach versus TV versus video. You know, one is brand, one is performance. We just always took those liberties. And frankly, I think the root of it is we follow behavior. You know, as marketers, and especially ones that love media in particular, you follow what the behavior is. I was thinking about last night, I'm on TikTok, I learned of a brand. I then went and down the Reddit wormhole to figure out sort of reviews, got distracted by Instagram, went back, forgot what I was searching for, and then went back to TikTok.
You and I both.
So if that does not, I mean, it used to be a very, you know, top of funnel, bottom of very, what was it? ADA, like attention, right? And then to awareness and, you know, action and desire, all that good stuff, the ADA model, if I'm not mistaken. And that is hilarious if we talk about that. Like, what funnel?
Right. It's so different now.
The loop, the way we act across, you know, all this ecosystem, we've always just followed that. And I think by thinking from consumer mindset first, everything else follows. And then how do we measure it and drive outcomes?
And there's so many touch points too when you take a look at a consumer's journey throughout. And, you know, as it relates to television in particular, when you look at buying power and the sheer volume of buying that some do in market, it feels as though when the importance is performance and outcomes is what you're looking for your brands and for your clients, does that play a role in it, or does it not play a role in it?
So I think we'll always talk about scale.
Yeah.
And I think when we talk about scale, it was always lower CPMs, negotiating power and prowess. And I think the reality is scale just looks differently. Scale is now access and intelligence. And how do you scale access and intelligence? You're using data, you're using different platforms. So I think scale will always be a hot topic. I just think it's the how we're doing it is just going to be different.
So from your view, working with so many different clients, so many different advertisers, what is performance video and what's that mean to you?
So I think, first of all, I love video. I mean, I think anybody that's been in marketing, we love the component of storytelling and emotional connection. I think when you're talking about performance, you know, coming right off the Super Bowl, you just have to think about how is it in this ecosystem. And I keep saying that word because it's so incredibly important to figure out how are you following people, whether it's on typical brand signals and perception or whether or not it's driving performance. At the end of the day, everything is outcome driven. Media is a huge expense on your income statement. So how are you driving outcomes? And you're working backward from that, and you recognize there's still power in video and storytelling. It's just in a system where you can actually track performance and see how it's being measured and see how it's actually being effective as a win-win.
I think video is even more powerful today than it was 10 years ago, because before it was just a pure linear stream. Now you have the ability to grow across web and mobile and streaming and linear. And
And we're so
data is there.
inventive, right? Like 1 minute it's 30 seconds, then it's
Right.
60, then the pendulum swings. Now it's 5. Now it's
And we
great.
could geek out. We could talk about identity and understanding where they are and giving them the messaging. And it's an incredible journey. And there's so much power behind video, not just television, but video overall. But yet a lot of times you hear, is TV dead? And in my opinion, no, TV is thriving. But I'd love to hear your view on.
You know what? I think it just comes down to video. We love video.
Yeah.
We love visual. That's how we tend to learn or how we like to take in information. So as long as video is video, it's just the how is
Right.
going to change and the why and the effectiveness, and to be able to measure all that, fantastic. But I don't think it's a question of TV is dead. I think what is dead is talking about TV and video as if they're two separate things.
I agree. Amazing. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.